Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Open Heavens Daily Devotional for Saints. My name is 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗲. I am going to be talking on Paul and Silas prayed. Our memory verse is going to be taken from the book of Acts chapter 16, verse 25, which says, "And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them." Our Bible text is going to be taken from the book of Acts chapter 16, from verse 25 to 26. I read, "About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately all the doors were opened, and everyone's bonds were unfastened." Before I dive into the message, I want to talk about someone. Paul. I'm going to be talking about Paul. So who was Paul? Paul, who was formerly called Saul, was a persecutor of the Christians. We can see that he was even among the people who were stoning Stephen to death. Actually, he was the one that was holding the garments of the people stoning Stephen to death. But on the way to Damascus, we can see that a bright light from heaven shone upon his face, and then he was converted. And now he was preaching the gospel all over the world. This Bible passage is actually a powerful example of faith, prayer, and how God can turn a bad situation into blessings. Paul and Silas were Christian missionaries that were spreading the gospel throughout the whole of Philippi. Then one day they met a slave girl who could tell fortunes. We could see that her owners were making a lot of money from her abilities. Actually, the story starts from Acts chapter 16 verse 16 to 25. We can see that her owners made a lot of money from her abilities. So when Paul now casted away the spirit from her, her owners became very angry. So Paul and Silas were now rushed to the government and were accusing them of trouble. And they were now later thrown into the prison without any fair trial. But instead of them complaining and grumbling to God, why did this happen? Even though we were preaching your gospel and preaching the word of God, we can see that they prayed and praised God instead of them complaining. And we can see that a powerful earthquake came and removed all of them from the prison. And one of the prisoners asked, "How can I be saved?" And Paul now responded that you should believe in Jesus and you'll be saved. So our daddy gave us an example of him when he was with his former presidents, asking the presidents for permission to enter some of the Nigerian prisons. The president now told him that he does not need any permission. And daddy now asked, why so? Because the president now said, you just need to commit a crime and all the prison doors will be open to you. Daddy Joe found this funny because he just wanted to go and preach the gospel to these inmates. Some prisoners today are being jailed because of nothing they did. Some of them it may be because of their friends, their families, their fathers, their mothers, or some of them are just innocent. Paul and Silas were found in that case, but instead of them grumbling and complaining, they prayed and praised God, and an earthquake came and shook the prison doors open and released them from there. These days I find it funny because teenagers these days don't like to pray. They just like to follow the trends of the world. Prayer is something we must not joke with. It is a powerful weapon. And we can see that when you pray, God will answer you. And to lead people to serve your God. But if you want your prayers to be answered, you must have that faith that your prayer must be answered. Not that you just pray casually. Because these days, people just pray because, okay, my friends are praying, I'll follow them. My parents force me to pray, I should pray too. No, you must have that faith. You must know why you are praying. Prayer points. Father, please perform a miracle in my life that will draw people to you. I promise you, if you pray, your prayers will be answered. Have a wonderful day. Bye.